All right, so we are in week 2 and we're coming up to the full moon in Virgo. And like, what does that mean? What should we be looking out for? How are we going to be feeling? So the full moon in Virgo and having a lunar eclipse is like fun, yet so crazy, all the things coming in. It is really going to be a time of reflection and emotional releases and realignment, which I love because it's like, for me, I look at it as such a great way to understand where you're at, see old patterns coming in, see maybe what you want to change, and kind of have this beautiful release. Like, I love full moons because I feel like you're able to just kind of release a bunch of different things and call in different things that you're interested in. But it's really a great time to release perfectionism and self-criticism, which I think a lot of times as women, we definitely feel quite a bit. And you like that, especially that perfectionism of like, I gotta have everything done. And or like self-criticism, like, I wish my hair was different. I wish I had this more prepared. I wish I had a homemade lunch. And especially online, we see so many people that are just, show this perfect life. And you're like, dang, why did I do that? And so I just want you to take a pause, take a moment, ground, take a deep breath. Like, we'll take one right now, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just breathe. Because we're going to be going through a lot of fun cosmic events. And I think it is really important to kind of, see where we're at. So I wanted to share some journal prompts because I think this will be really helpful. And I will post them also below. So the first one here is, what emotional patterns or fears am I ready to release under this full moon? And I love this because, when you start to see those patterns, sometimes you're like, what do I do with them? How do I change that? And I think there's such a thing of just like pausing for a moment and acknowledging that you saw that pattern, which is so hard to do sometimes. So I'm really proud of you for catching that. Number 2 is, where am I holding on to perfectionism or self-criticism? And, like I said, a lot of times this is very easy for a woman to do and men as well. But I think it's really great to like actually call that out and see like, where am I doing that? What's been happening? How can I slow that down? Or how can I be nicer to myself? And to be honest, it's funny because I thought about this the other day. I was like, I walk around the house with my dog and I'm like, oh, you're so cute. You're so amazing. You're so loving. Like, what a good boy. Like, all these things. And I paused and I was like, why don't I ever say shit like that to myself? Like, why don't I ever look in the mirror and be like, you're awesome. You're beautiful. You're whatever. And it's like, we're not very nice to ourselves. So I think it's a great time to kind of be like, okay, I'm doing that for other people or for my children or for my spouse. But like, why don't I do that for myself? So I want you to think about that, where you're holding on to it. And then the last one here is, how can I practice self-compassion and realign with my purpose? So again, how can I kind of drop into myself and kind of realign with my purpose? Like, what am I here to do? What do I love doing? What can I share with the world? And how can I bring that out? So I really want you to think about that this week. And mantra-wise, I thought this was so fun. I was thinking of some different things. I want to say, I release perfectionism and embrace self-compassion. I think that is something so beautiful to write down every day if you journal, or, write down in this journaling session. And, feel free to burn this after. It's so cathartic just to kind of like let all of that go. But I just want to make sure that, you're feeling supported as we go through this full moon in Virgo and this lunar eclipse. And I will be dropping a sound bath this week to guide you through this and help you kind of drop in. So look out for that. Here for you. I'd love to hear how your, full moon and lunar eclipse is going. And I can't wait to see all the beautiful things that are to come.